When last we left our adventurers, they found themselves in a white, blank expanse, filled with puddles of moments, and confronted by the seeming keeper of time, so they claim, Dunamis. After gathering some information and learning that they were not in trouble for potentially affecting time, they were returned to Gazrakul and Veritas, who had made it safely to Waterdeep, and spent a nice day doing some studying in the library. Eventually, after reconvening, the party decides to try to find a boat that can fly. A floaty boat, if you will. But whilst those adventurers were looking for their floaty boat, Eve was remaining at the safe house that Gazrakul had procured for them in order to keep out of sight, given that this is her hometown, and got a visit from probably the last person you want to see, Stillhavity, who made you a new offer. The Black Staff for his own exile of Toril, essentially. And now we return. Bosch and Veritas, Tia and Gazrakul, all of you are traveling throughout the city and heading your way back and have arrived back at the safe house. Walking, knocking on the door, you hear no answer.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Prime knob.
You open it up, look inside, and see, looking around, you don't see anyone. The door that's kind of in the middle of the room's a bit weird.
Eve?
No reply.
How's Rakul? Oh, it is.
I'm right
Just
here.
to be clear, there's a new door in the middle of the room.
Yes.
Like against the far wall.
Yeah.
It's
a
really
nice looking door.
Doesn't look like it matches the rest of the building either.
Yeah, it's way nicer than the rest of the building.
See? What happened to that? Steve? And there's a door?
I don't know, but that door does seem a bit suspicious. Perhaps one of you should open it.
Here, let me do this thing.
And Josh will do this thing that he could do the whole time and cast Mage Hand to open the door.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Since when could Bosch cast Mage Hand?
Whole time.
Oh, the entire time.
Oh my god. More than 60 sessions in, and Bosch has finally used the thing. But you open the door?
Yes.
Roll a dexterity. I'm just kidding. So, you open this door, and you see grass inside instead of floor. And it seems to open into a courtyard which is not physically possible because there definitely wasn't one for this building.
Oh.
Let me check it out.
Asha's
I'm
gonna
right behind you.
cautiously peek through and try to check the corners, see nobody's lurking around.
You peek in and look around this inner courtyard, and it's very nice. It's very cozy looking. There are like stone benches set up around these like terracotta stone pathways, and there are little flower and vegetable gardens, a few trees. There are what look like cottage walls rising on all sides, with open doorways on the other 3 walls. And there's no ceiling, you just see blue above you. But as you're looking around and examining corners, you see like on against the same wall that the door you're peeking through is against, there's a stone bench and Eve is sitting there on it with a book in her hands.
The question. What?
Oh, you scared me. Welcome. Come on in.
We were worried for a second. Didn't see you.
What is this?
Well, that's a great question, Bosch. Do you remember back when we were talking with Zablina in Prismere? And she was offering us all gifts and things, right?
Yeah.
Well, I wished for the power to kind of whisk people away somewhere safe, where they couldn't be harmed by things, and she, I guess, gave it to me, because now I can, spreads her arms out around her, do this. And it seems relatively effective for, keeping things safe and out of sight. Kind of.
This is really great. People aren't gonna notice that floating door if they come into the room there.
Oh, well, you guys come on in, make sure everybody's inside, and then I can take care of that.
So
And
we
if-
all shuffle in.
If everybody's inside, she will go back to the door and kind of like pat it 3 times with her hand, and you see it kind of roll up almost like blinds that have been drawn and just kind of disappear. There's just a wall there now.
Alright, nobody should be able to see it from the other side now, we should be good. Although there's at least one person who knows where this is, and really not the greatest person to have that information. I got a visitor while you guys were out.
Looks at Veritas.
Kind of
Was-
like,
Mhm.
kind of gets like the head turn like a little like the sideways kind of thing.
It was, dear old Dad.
Your dad, not mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. It was very strange. It didn't seem like he could enter, which I guess would make sense considering the fact that this technically isn't on the same plane. But he did just kinda hang out outside the door for a bit before I said something he didn't like and he stormed off. Like the sulky, overgrown child he is.
Oh.
Huh.
But, he couldn't actually do anything to this, so that's reassuring at least. So I figure, now we'll have somewhere safe and discreet, and we don't have to worry about Zentarum agents coming in and potentially cutting our throats in the middle of the night, so that's nice.
Yay!
I mean, they wouldn't do that, right?
Like, looking at Gazrakul.
I don't think so. But you never know.
This place is actually, this is really great. It's more than really great. This is amazing.
Thank you. I did my best with it on short notice. Just wanted somewhere that would be, feel safe and comfortable and, Anyway, you guys want to take a little look around? This is just a little entranceway area. How's your trip, by the way? Everything go smoothly out there?
No floaty boat.
I know.
Mm,
We met a sea captain. She told us we need to find some wizards.
floaty boat?
Like the kind of boat that could take us to the astral sea. I guess they don't have those down at the docks.
Oh, you guys were asking around for boats that could take it to the astral sea at the Waterdeep docks.
I mean, there's only one of us who's actually been there, so I figured he'd know the way.
Huh. Yeah, well, there was a time in Waterdeep history when, ships that could sail the astral sea would sometimes come to dock at our port. But it's been a while since that was a thing. The sight of a vessel like that has become rarer and rarer until it's, basically doesn't really happen anymore. It's unfortunately gonna take more than that to find our way to a ship like that. If that's the route we want to go.
Lady said we should go to Brawl.
Brawl. Does that sound familiar?
Roll a history check. This is something you might have. Yeah, I would say that in your readings of extraplanar things, you would have heard about this place called the Rock of Brawl. This essentially island out in the middle of the astral sea that is a free port, essentially.
Oh. We should go to Brawl. That's interesting. Yeah, I've heard of the place. It's, doesn't seem like the kind of place that we can just easily get to. It's kind of a hub of sorts, but it's already up there in the astral sea. We'd have to, have a way of getting there. I'm surprised that a sea captain knew about that. That's, I didn't come across that information until I'd, scoured quite a few books about extraplanar travel.
But it wasn't super helpful of her to just say we need to go there. Like, we need one of those ships to get there anyway.
Yeah. That is strange. But you mentioned finding wizards.
Yeah, I mean, gather there are some pretty powerful wizards here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Waterdeep is pretty well known for having some pretty impressive practitioners of the arcane arts. We are the City of Splendors, after all. We have pretty impressive examples of just about anything.
You know the city pretty well, don't you? I mean, you were there a long time.
Yeah, I grew up here. This is where I spent most of my life until, like a year ago now. And I did quite a bit of, wandering the streets and interacting with all sorts of people and exploring, and yeah, it's a great place, really.
Cool. Probably have to ask you for directions then at some point, but I guess we'll be probably sticking together for a while, so just follow.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as we don't have to worry about, interrupting the space-time continuum, then there's no reason I can't just, be there with you. And anyway, so tomorrow, first thing, once it's not the past anymore, I'm gonna be heading over to visit my father. And I'd like all of you guys to come with me if you're okay with it. I'd love to introduce you to him. Veritas's already. Yeah, I was gonna say, you've already spoken with him once or twice.
3 times, I think.
Ah. You guys are regular pen pals at this point.
Actually, sounds great. He seems like a good guy. Good to meet family members who are real nice. By that,
Oh, yeah.
not ask me. What's his name again?
Torben.
Is it- oh,
Torben Harkett.
Is Mr. Harkett better? I don't know what kind of he is.
I mean, you can try Mr. Harkett if you want, but I'm pretty sure he'll insist on Torben. Give it a shot if you feel like it, though.
Orbs. Orbs and tails.
Ah, you remembered part of the name of his bookshop. Shop. Ugh. So stressed lately, I can't talk. Although I felt a lot better since that visit to the Blackstaff's tower inside my mind, I guess. But yes, Torben's Tomes and Tales is where we'll be heading to meet up with him.
Seeing his shop will be really great too. Sounds like, maybe it's a place that inspired you to be the person you are.
Yeah, that's certainly one way to put it. It is a lovely place. Really makes you feel the wonder that books have to offer. Very cozy too. Kinda tried to capture a similar vibe to that place with all this. Gestures around. But after we go and talk to my dad, it's pretty important that I go and talk to, Amaranth as well. I would like to introduce you guys to her as well, if you'd like, but it's honestly up to you if you want to come with me for that part. We're gonna have to report to her all the stuff that's been going on, but I really need to have a serious conversation with her, and it's probably gonna get a little uncomfortable. So whether you guys want to be around for that or not, I will leave up to you. But I need answers, and I'm gonna get them one way or another. Whether she wants to give them or not.
With you all the way, Eve.
That sounds important. What does you call her mom?
I don't know what's real and what isn't anymore.
I get it. I got to see all my drama aired out.
Ata's still very confused about story.
Oh, that's right. We didn't really explain too much about, the other place to you, did we? It
Not
was...
a lot.
it was really confusing even to us while we were there, honestly, so I can't blame you for being confused about the vague summary we've given.
Me, not me. You, not you.
Yeah. My mom, not my mom. But also my mom, but also Miss Duel. But didn't have my mom's name. One of the strange things, I mean, there were many strange things, but one of the strange things that struck me about that situation was that Amaranth was not the name of the person that I currently know as my mother. Amaranth was the name of my echo. That's bizarre.
You, not you. But you, mom, you.
I mean, I certainly looked like me, although a bit older and, more serious looking, dressed in wizardly attire. I imagine that might be what I would have been like if I had gone down the original path that I was going to go down and follow in my mother's footsteps, study wizardry. But why was her name Amaranth?
I don't know, but things are important.
Yeah. Maybe not the most pressing matters at the moment, considering the threat that is coming to bear against the city, but important to me, at least.
Well, I'm happy to back you up. Probably going to lean on you to explain all that's been going on. I think you're the best to do that.
Yeah.
We're behind you all the way.
Kind of like comes over and puts a hand on each of your arms, smiling.
Thank you, guys.
From his chest, from his vest, pulls out a big jar of those fermented and pickled vegetables.
Oh my goodness, did you find Pollyannas?
Also got eggplant.
Pulls out another one.
Oh my gosh.
Eve like hops up and down excitedly and reaches out for them.
Oh, it feels like it's been ages.
It's already half gone.
I see you've experienced the expertise that is Pollyanna's craft already.
Very crunchy.
That stuff that I didn't know you could pickle.
I mean, you can pickle just about anything if you're determined enough.
Should you?
Why bother to ask that question, Bosch?
You're right. You're right.
Excitedly takes the pickles. Pops a slice of pickled eggplant in her mouth.
Why do you do this to me?
Specifically the eggplant. You would expect to hear like crunching from pickles, but this eggplant just, you don't hear crunching. In fact, you hear a little mushy sound.
Eggplant
Oh.
has the consistency of eggs. Aptly named.
I kind of get that balloon noise from the skin.
Great.
Oh, delicious. Oh, it's been so long.
Ow.
But anyway, that's all stuff that we'll worry about starting tomorrow. For now, you guys are probably tired, right?
Yeah, but
No.
we've been in worse places too. Do you want to, Joe? I mean, you just showed us the courtyard so far. It sounds like you've been pretty hard on this place.
Explore!
Oh, sure. I'll give you guys the tour if you want.
Explore!
Alright, then go ahead and explore. Pick a door, any door.
Explore!
And he goes running off. How many doors are there?
3.
Okay.
Center, middle. Left, center,
Middle.
right. The middle one. Okay. You guys go through the door, and this long cherry wood paneled hallway stretches on in front of you for quite a ways. Vaguely reminiscent of the hallway at the Wandering Weasel, but like with a different, more polished look to it, kind of. Just lined with doors and doors. And the first handful of doors have name panels on them, including your names.
Opens up his own.
Aha, you open up the door with Veritas on the panel, and it opens into a small-ish but starry expanse of silver and black and stars. It looks very similar to your Wandering Weasel room.
I figured that, the Wandering Weasel rooms were kind of our ideal, comfortable sleeping places, so couldn't go wrong if I modeled them after that.
You can see that he was bursting with excitement to continue exploring, but quickly entering the room, he crumbles and melts into the amorphous form that you have seen multiple times.
Oh, he's really tuckered out.
And you see the white crystal glowing in the middle.
Huh. Hey, Veritas?
Kind of points at the center of him.
Was that crystal always white? I feel like it was purple before.
Yeah.
Kind of like undulating a few times.
What happened there?
Veritas not sure.
Hmm.
It happened during Feywild. In the Feywild.
Did that change when you lost your eye color? Because those were purple too before, weren't they? Oh, shite. Well, I mean, white is a good look on you as well. Anyway, you're pretty bushed, so maybe more exploring tomorrow?
Yay, more exploring.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Little
Right,
bubbles
buddy. Well,
form from
some good sleep.
Mm-hmm. Good sleep is a good idea, I think. Alright. Good night, Veritas. Okay.
Tiptoes back out of the room.
Alright, the exploration party has dwindled.
Oh, I guess so. I mean, let's go check out the room in here.
Okay.
You're going to Bosch's room?
Sure.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever been inside Bosch's room at the Wandering Weasel.
Have we not?
I think we have. It's just that we don't remember it because it is very ordinary.
It wasn't ordinary, no. Maybe we just haven't been in the room. Maybe I had an image in my head and hadn't actually talked about it.
Hmm.
It also
so.
probably has been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
If I recall, was kind of forest themed.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of recalled the children's book Where the Wild Things Are, like where the room gradually morphs into forest.
Oh,
It has kind of a tree house, so you could nap on like the limb of a tree instead of in the bed if you want. And it's kind of engineered to seem like it just leads out to forest, even though it's just a little room.
That's really cool. Well, if we've been in that room before, which I'm not sure if we have or not, Max, do you have a say-so on this?
I'm not sure if Eve has been in there, so she might not know.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of not.
How about you just roll a luck check?
What should I roll?
Just a d20. Yeah, I'd say Eve has seen it.
Then yes, what you just described is what it looks like.
Cool.
I remember thinking that this was a really cool, interesting looking room when we visited briefly.
Thanks, yeah, and you pretty much got it down. Good work.
Thanks. Did my best.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite as tired as Veritas. I think he was having a bad time. You wanna go look at the rest of the place?
Sure, if you want to.
And what else have we got?
Well,
How am I
let's...
just using doors?
Whatever you want. Pick a door if you want.
Oh,
By the way, walking back into the hallway, you'll probably see that the doors have, there are doors with names of everyone in the party on them, including Chelavi, including Tia, and there are also rooms for Torbind, Amaranth, and Nastool. And there are many more rooms after that, but they don't have plaques on them.
and Tia, wanna check out your room?
Oh, sure, but I'm not sure what it might look like.
I was kind of guessing on that one, so sorry if it's not up to scratch. But I figured it would be nice to have your own space, though.
And that is what I appreciate most.
If you go into Tia's room,
Mm-hmm.
it's got like a white and gray color scheme to it. Like the floor is like a white marble. All of the furniture is like elegant looking pale cream colors and things like that. Outside of the window, there is... It's kind of like a 2D painting because there's only so much that can be done, but outside the window there's like a painted scene of scholars' interpretations of what Mount Celestia might look like.
Oh.
There's also there's a human-sized bed, And then there's like a very, very large plush-looking cushion off to one side in case she wants to sleep in dragon form.
I mean, honestly, you could have just gone with the plush. I think that looks comfortable in any form.
That is true. You know, I've always kind of wanted to sleep on a giant pillow myself. But I figured it might be good to have a regular bed in there too.
Well, I very much appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Let me know if there's anything that any of you want to change about your rooms, because I can work on that in between, you know, being in here.
All this stuff has been great so far.
Thanks. Anyway, other rooms.
Now let's check it out.
So if we go back into the courtyard, you want the room on the right side of the entrance or the left side?
Let's go to the left side.
Okay. You walk through this doorway into this large room painted blue, entirely blue, like a gradient shade of blue from ceiling to floor, and it looks kind of rounded, almost circular, almost spherical. And there are really no features in the room at all. It's just blank.
Aha, so this is a bit of an experiment that I tried out, and I think it worked. I haven't really had time to give it a shot yet. Why don't you give it a shot for me? Well,
I don't know what to do here.
Okay. So, go ahead and stand here.
She, goes into the center of the room, looks back, and steps away.
Okay. We'll walk over where you stood.
Okay, now, close your eyes and think of a nice memory, a nice place or scene or something that happened. Just something that feels nice or feels comfortable or that you enjoy.
Okay. I'll think of a time when I was a kid and just sitting, leaning against a willow tree where there's a stream going past nearby. And it's kind of orange tinted light streaming in and butterflies and happy birds singing.
You hear from beside you Eve going, "Oh, wow." And if you open your eyes, you are in that scene, standing next to that willow tree, looking around at the dusk-tinged meadow as an illusion has taken up the entirety of the room that everyone else can see as well.
Wow.
Wow, it's beautiful. And it worked! Hey! So welcome to the memory room.
So all you have to do is stand in that spot and remember stuff, and it just appears.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there has to be some form of intent to it. But yeah, I just wanted something that if people were in a dark place, then they could go somewhere better. Somewhere nicer.
It was really nice.
Glad you like it. Feel free to use it whenever.
remember stuff and share it with people too.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure that I'd be able to manage that with the magic Sabrina gave me, but it turns out it's pretty potent. I think my mother would be proud.
She starts saying that and then kind of trails off and just stares into space for a moment.
That'd be proud of you.
Thanks, boss.
Anyway, one more room, and it's a pretty important one, I'd say. Shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
And you cross the courtyard into the last remaining room, and you walk in, and you hear a very familiar melody. Uh-huh. You know the one, Max. Yep. And you see a room that is not the Wandering Weasel, but it looks very similar. It's just much longer than it is wide, but aside from that, it looks quite similar to the Wandering Weasel. But there is no Tommen behind the bar, no Lush leaning beside it. Instead, you see hanging out behind the bar a pixie. Just this beautiful, like, autumn leaf covered pixie just kind of hanging out, and she gives a cheerful wave.
Hi.
Oh god, am I playing these people?
Well, so here's the thing. They are technically unseen servants. So they don't actually have the ability to speak. So they just sort of wave at you.
Just shrugs and waves.
Oh yeah, they don't really talk much. This place kind of came with people who are supposed to work here and make it look like whatever I want. So I figured, extra planar beings are fun, and they'll just kind of help you out with anything that you need or want. And yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt a little bit uncomfortable about that part of the spell, to be honest, but they seem relatively happy to be here.
They nod enthusiastically.
Cool. Thanks. Sorry if I made you uncomfortable with asking you to talk. But yeah, this is really cool. I mean, to be honest, heard that music and thought that you'd somehow arrange to go straight into the Wandering Weasel.
That would
That'd
be
kinda cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately not, but next best thing, I guess.
I mean, we could. It's actually a thing we could try. You got the key still. Wonder if you
Still.
put it into a block in here, it take you there.
Oh, interesting. I don't know if it would work on other planes of existence.
I don't know. Well, and I don't know if the weasel is back up and running at this point. It was in the other place, but that's not here.
That's true. I have a feeling that if it's up and running in one... what are those? Reality? Universe? I don't even know. But if it's up and running in one, it's probably up and running in the rest. Tommen seems like the kind of being that would transcend that sort of division, maybe?
Maybe.
I sure hope so, anyway. Hope he's okay.
The other Tommen didn't recognize us.
He didn't?
No.
I didn't
happy
even
to
get
see
to
us.
see him. That's good. Well, maybe we'll stumble across a familiar doorway in the city somewhere. On our errands, we can hope.
Oh, maybe. So, the other Tommen didn't recognize us, but he worked not
Hmm.
like I could get into my room was there and I could get in.
Okay. That's a good sign, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it'll still work. Maybe no need to go and rush into using the key when we're out of here, since there's only so often that we can use it, and it does come in very handy in a pinch.
If we could come here, then most of the time we're probably not going to need to use it.
I mean,
We actually want to talk to Tommen.
yeah, that's true. Although I don't have a pool that heals all your wounds and potentially gives you the power to be immortal.
Ah, but I mean, Tommen doesn't have a memory ram.
That's true. Maybe we should give him a recommendation. I feel like hubris.
Maybe when all this is all done, you want to start running a tavern out here.
Oh boy. You know,
Oh,
I don't want to compete with the wandering weasel. I could never. Maybe. We'll see, I guess.
I mean, you can do what you want. I'm just more, balling.
Well, thanks for your confidence in my ability to run a tavern, boss. There would always be room for you there as the bouncer, since we don't have Lush.
And it's big shoes to fill. Not just literally.
That too, though.
But anyway, you can get pretty much any food or drink that you want here, so help yourself. And you know where the bedrooms are, and yeah.
Right,
I
yeah.
think it's a good thing that Veritas didn't discover this yet.
He would
Man, I
be
can
spending
get
the
money
entire
to do
time in here. Yep. Cake bar!
Line them up, stack them up.
What have I done? Veritas is gonna have another clutch
It
because
would be
he's just
magic
been
food,
sitting
wouldn't it?
here. Yeah.
Just nobody tell Veritas about the unlimited food.
You must avoid another disaster.
So technically, there actually isn't an unlimited number of food.
Ah, okay.
I mean, there's a lot of food because there essentially
Oh, that's right.
there's enough food to serve a 9-course banquet for 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's essentially infinite because even with Veritas, it would be impressive if he could eat that entire quantity in 24 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it were any other party, that would definitely be effectively infinite food, but because Veritas is in the party, it does make it a little bit more relevant.
It does, but even for Veritas, that would be
That's
rough.
a whole lot of food.
Because that's essentially 900 rations.
Whew.
Yeah, that whole time in the Feywild, he dusted off the 100 rations.
And that was
He
over
was
the course
pacing
of
himself.
right. That was over the course of 3 days.
Also, if it's multiple courses, they're gonna give you little bits of food at a time. Veritas might get bored before finishing.
Bored of eating?
Hard to believe, I know.
Well, it doesn't say that it is specifically a 9-course banquet. It just says that it has enough food to do that.
Oh.
So you could just have massive portions and consider it a 9-course meal.
Just oatmeal, please.
9 courses worth of oatmeal, please.
Just an ocean of oatmeal.
Oh. Now that hellscape is behind us.
Well, I think right now, maybe we should just get some rest and ready for going up tomorrow.
Yeah, probably a good idea. We'll have a lot of things to do.
We'll head back to the hallway and leave the cheery piano music behind.
Alright.
The unseen servant on the piano starts carting it out to follow you in there into the main room.
Thanks for the accompaniment, buddy. You're really doing a great job. I think we're good for now, though. We're gonna get some sleep. I think
It's kind of like
nice.
it's kind of like motion of the piano, like yeah.
Like, quiet is nice for sleep, you know? A nice, tranquil, relaxed, soundless landscape, yeah?
It pushes the keys lighter.
Oh, buddy. You know, if someone wants a midnight snack, it would be great if they had the atmosphere all ready for them inside the bar.
Roll a
Very
persuasion check.
welcoming.
Oh god.
Persuade your
You're
musician.
supposed to be good at this.
Well, it's more to convey the idea.
Oh no. I am
Actually,
your boss.
no, the DC was 10. They go back in, and the music disappears.
Phew. Looks at Bosch like that was a close one.
I guess there are bookings to work out still.
Yeah, might have to have some conversations.
I mean, you can't, roll the stuff out overnight.
Oh god.
They kind of poke their head out, just like, conversation? and then they see your face and just shake their head out, just like, oh no.
Thanks anyway.
Let's go to bed before they come back.
Yeah, let's do that.
You head off to bed. Eve, I would like you to roll an intelligence check.
Oh god, okay.
You typing?
That was an accident. Please
Oh,
continue.
Okay, I thought you had something to add.
No.
11. I would say that Eve is kind of having that thought about the key and the wandering weasel. And you kind of think about what Dunamis said about when you were. And you realize that tonight is the night that Bahamut comes and takes Tom away.
Fuck.
Like, that's happening in like a few hours.
Shit.
Eve kind of stops in her tracks in the middle of her room and just stares into space for a moment, thinking about this.
Shite. We can't change things. We can't do that. Fuck.
Gonna like fiddle with the key for a few minutes before sticking it back in the bag. In her pocket, rather, because she keeps it on her person.
Sorry, Tom.
All right.
She seemed like a nice lady and all, but I don't doubt that she would totally wipe us all off the face of Toril if we went against her rules.
All right.
Don't say it like that.
I was gonna say it if you did the other thing too.
Typical.
We are law-abiding citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will also mention that you were in and out of the tavern that night, but there were large stretches where you weren't there.
Well, yes, but it was implied by Dunamis that she doesn't just mean, hey, don't interact with your past selves. She was also implying, hey, don't change things or do things that you in your past wouldn't have changed or done, right? Like, we're not supposed to mess with things.
That's correct, and I suppose Eve doesn't know that Tommen is more omniscient than he seems.
Nope. Nope.
So
Just
we didn't see
Cassandra.
something happen. Don't know. It did. There were stretches where we weren't in the Wandering Weasel, so maybe we were in the Wandering Weasel when we weren't in the Wandering Weasel.
Eve reluctantly decides not to fuck with the time-space continuum any more than we already have.
Okay.
Stop saying like that!
I would say it this way if you chose to use the key. It's just what we do.
He fucking writes in her journal and goes to bed.
You head off to sleep, and all of you awake the next day. Go ahead and mark off a long rest, and welcome to the present.
Yeah.
Also, don't listen to me encouraging you to break the timeline. It was Colin messing with you, not Flash.
Right.
Thanks, Colin.
If Eve, waking up, looks at the key, you will notice that the weasel that is on the key now looks like it has fallen asleep in the mug.
Oh. Shite. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be back.
Eve!
Huh,
You
well,
hear from the other side of the door.
oh, I'm coming. Goes to the door and opens it. Looking past, you will see a very similar room to the one that she had in the Wandering Weasel, except there are slightly fewer stacks of books all over the place. And it's very cozy, big circular patchwork quilted bed. Only real difference is that there's like a little ladder that goes up into a little loft area that has a little reading nook.
Ah, good morning, Veritas. You're up bright and early?
Yeah. I I was thinking that I should go to the library and grab some more books.
Doing some more research about the history of your people and how you gained sentience, was it?
I thought about that, but they didn't really have anything like that
Hmm.
last time I checked.
I mean, it is a very niche topic, I suppose, but it's
That's
very...
why.
Mhm.
I'll just research everything.
Everything?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, everything?
Well, I'll just pick a bunch of things. I'll learn it.
Oh, just general knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is a really, really fascinating thing to do, absolutely. But I mean, if you're really curious about the sentience thing, just because you didn't find anything back once doesn't mean there's nothing there. If you like, I can come with you and help you look. I've spent a lot of time in the libraries in Waterdeep, so maybe we can have a bit more luck if we look together? You can always
Yeah,
do the general knowledge thing afterward.
I would like that.
Wonderful. But first, I'd like to visit my father. If that's alright.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, let's go collect the others. We'll go around knocking on doors, getting everyone up.
Guys!
Hey, buddy.
Morning.
Morning.
Eve will also check if Chalavi was in her room or if she was on Eve's belt.
She was on Eve's belt.
Aha. Kind of pats the hilt.
Morning down there.
Morning.
Alright. Bit of breakfast and then we head out?
Sounds good. Pancakes.
We could do pancakes.
I mean, but everyone has to have pancakes. That's just kind of what I feel like.
Pancake?
Mm.
Oh.
Oh, Veritas, you didn't get to see it. You could do cake if you want. You can get pretty much anything you want.
Anything?
Eve looks a little unsettled for a moment and is like,
Yeah? I think so.
Infinite cake?
I mean, not technically infinite, but probably more than anyone could reasonably
Infinite
eat.
cake?
Sure.
What have you done?
Yay!
Oh no.
oh
Runs
god.
off.
I know that, buddy. Sad, sad buddy.
Oh.
Veritas is running over to eat all the pancakes.
Yeah, but I get some of them too, right?
Well, of course you do, as there is plenty to go around. As you enter, though, you see the servant at the piano looking up at you, just like nodding their head up and down, just like yeah.
Eve sighs and gives a thumbs up.
They really enjoy their job.
I mean, better that they do enjoy it?
Absolutely.
Imagine how horrible that would be if you had this whole thing and you knew that all the servants didn't like their job.
Oh
I'm
God,
forced
don't
to
even make
enjoy
me
my
think.
job.
God, don't make me think about that, please.
That's not to think about it.
Yeah.
Eve will order some breakfast for herself and then look pointedly down at her hip.
Hey, Jovi, what are you having?
Oh, well, I've heard that the pancakes are good.
Excellent choice. Here, have a seat.
Pats the bar stool next to her.
All right. And
Infinite pancakes!
you seriously don't understand what you've done.
I mean, I think he deserves it after all we've been through.
I suppose that's fair. But I'm just
I'm
worried
sure.
that now he's not going to be able to get to the rest of his day, and he seems so excited for it.
Yeah, we might have to drag him out of here at some point. Or I guess I can just dispel it eventually.
Veritas, the pancakes start coming, and they don't stop coming.
Veritas isn't in elven form as he sits on the table. He turns into the more amorphous blob that you see as he just kind of like sucks in the pancakes. One after another.
Yep. Just the unseen servants eventually form a fireman's line to deliver you pancakes. They're more than happy to help. Yeah, I actually would like you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I would happily do that. Of course.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep, you just keep going.
Oh my God, he's not even slowing down. Should we start placing bets on how long he's going to be able to keep this up?
Really don't know.
Buddy will come true.
I mean, the pancakes don't stop until someone stops the pancakes.
Oh God. After a while, Eve will kind of stand up and be like,
Anyway, we should probably get going. A lot of stuff to do today. Not that much time to do it.
I'd like one more con save.
oh God.
Okay.
Yeah, that tracks.
You're good to go.
Oh my God, you've consumed like the entire weight of like 10 people. How are you not tired of the taste of pancakes yet?
They're so good!
I guess breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Maybe I am gonna need to get a specialized bouncer in here just specifically for the job of dragging Veritas out when he's had enough.
Okay. I want to go.
Okay. Let's head out. Are you gonna make it?
And you see the amorphous blob like slowly this gain like double the size
Oh,
and just kind of like slowly plops onto the floor and rolls.
Great.
This might be a thing.
I might have to give the staff here some special instructions when it comes to Veritas and his meals.
Did you say something?
I was just saying, let's get ready to head out. Thanks for the lovely piano accompaniment, friend.
As you leave,
Happy evening.
as you leave, the piano continues to follow.
No, you know.
I love this music.
Oh. All right. Let's power walk to the door.
It's still following as you get to the front door.
Oh God.
You say power walk.
Power roll in Veritas' case. Eve kind of pulls down the door like blinds so that it reappears and hurriedly throws it open and ushers everyone out. All right, let's go, everybody.
The piano's in a dead sprint.
Go.
So I got
Fresh as I can.
He like shoves Veritas through the doorway and dives out after.
It gets a little stuck. You have to put like a little extra force there.
Oh God, Bosch, help me!
I mean, Bosch will help. And this is a good opportunity for Bosch to leave without his weapons. Because no one talked about that yet.
Oh yeah, well, I don't think it would be a good idea to leave them in the... We'll find out. Anyway, Eve dives out the door after everyone and like hurriedly slams it shut as the piano person is coming.
You hear a crash of piano and the music stops. Oh no.
Oh no. Go get peanut butter, Max.
I
The-
have
the
the
music.
hiccups. Oh
Spoonful of peanut butter, you'll be fine.
no.
Something sugary always helps me.
Fuck.
The hiccups.
And Eve will dismiss the mansion as soon as we're out. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think anything that was left inside will just kind of pile onto the floor.
That is correct.
So anything you left in there is now out here.
No leftover pancakes.
It's a shame.
Whew. Alright. Before we head out onto the streets, should probably let you guys know, it's definitely frowned upon to walk around armed in the city, or armored for that matter. Everybody just kind of walks around as is here because it's the city of splendors, and everybody will be kept safe, and there's no need to go around looking all confrontational.
Alright.
Okay.
So yeah, you might want to take all that stuff off in the meantime, stow it away.
Yeah, let me just do that.
What about my stick?
Your stick is fine. It looks like a walking stick anyway. Maybe you just have a limp or something.
Yeah.
Also,
There, it
be really
doesn't
careful not
transform.
to... Just as a note, don't use your magic to, mess with anyone's minds when we're in the city, because you can absolutely get arrested for that.
Okay. So no talking in people's head?
I mean, I guess you can talk in people's heads if you really want to, just don't, I don't know, mind control them or something.
Okay.
Are you still chewing on regurgitated pancakes?
Maybe.
Transforms into the elven form and has the same look, but the figure itself, you can tell that the movement is heavier, and every step has a bit of extra heft to it.
I think this is what they call slim thick.
Alright. I'm ready to go.
Alright, so first stop, the trades ward. Time to go see my dad. Guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Eve will lead everyone out onto the streets. And which ward are we in, anyway?
I believe I had said the dock ward.
Okay. Yeah, so we're not that far away.
Yes, not that far away.
You good?
No.
Uh,
No.
I would try to keep it quiet.
Oh no! I'll be right back.
Help. I tried doing a different maneuver, it did not work. I had heard that if you breathe upside down, it'll help.
Breathe upside down, like put yourself upside down and breathe.
Yeah, like lay on your back like on a bed and do that. I don't know. Important part is this didn't really work.
It's
holding
science.
breath is
I just swallow this.
Sandra seems like she has this secret information on hiccups.
It didn't work. Now my hiccups taste like peanut butter.
I'm a big
See,
proponent
this is
of
an
like
absolute win.
But it doesn't help that it's hard to talk out.
Oh,
Complete sentences are the enemy.
yes.
the some like a sugary thing has always been like cured my hiccups. So
The National Health Service of the UK says, try breathing into a paper bag. Do not put it over your head. Pull your knees up to your chest and lean forward. Try sipping ice cold water. Or, yeah, what Nick said, swallow some granulated sugar.
I'm tucking my knees. Really going for the scare tactic.
Good work.
Not sure. Alright, well, we shotgunned a bunch of things, so
Okay.
had some water, tucked my knees. Cassandra
Okay.
tried to scare me.
Twice.
One thing might work, then many things have to work. It's just science.
Yeah, laws of probability.
eventually,
Eventually. I think one of those
Uh?
worked. It's been a moment.
Yay!
Something
Is
worked.
it?
I successfully scared you the last time. Yay!
I'm actually wondering if it was the knees thing.
I'm gonna go with I successfully scared you. Yay!
Sure, we'll go with that. Anyway, you guys head to the trades ward, and Eve, you find yourself on a very familiar road, one you've walked many times. And eventually you see it. Already forgot the name, please. Give me line.
Torben's Tomes and Tales is written
Yes.
on a wooden sign hanging out front.
Alright, here we are. Oh, finally.
Good?
Yeah, definitely. Alright, come on.
He will unceremoniously rush in through the front door.
Ding.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Top. Eve!
Dad!
Oh, my little bookworm.
Full running tackle.
Oh, yes, he's ready for you and takes you in a great big hug. It's been far too long.
Yeah, I'll say, Dad, you have no idea. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Yes, good to see you as well, and you brought some friends.
Yeah, I sure did. Hops down, has like tears in her eyes a little bit, and is beaming.
Anyway, Dad, these are my very dear friends without whom I wouldn't be here. Is this Bosch? Bosch, this is my dad, Torben.
You threw him off for a second with that comment. Kind of looks at you, but then you start introducing, just like, hi, Torben.
Pleased to meet you.
Gives you a nice shake on the hand. You have to kind of lean down. He is a halfling.
Yes.
And this is Veritas. You've spoken with him a few times.
Hi, Torbs.
Oh. Oh, right. You spoke in my head a couple times.
Yeah.
Well, do appreciate the warning that you gave us, and gives you a shake on your hand as well.
Shake, shake.
Then we've got Gazra, cool.
Hello. We do not need our hand shaked.
They're an interesting bunch.
Bunch?
Gaz points at the middle head. Blah points at the left hand head. Cool.
I thought it was left head was gauze, middle head was cool,
Shit.
Well,
and
you
the
see, the issue with all of your statements is that Gazrak Cool has been disguising himself,
Ah, shit.
as he would almost certainly do here as well.
Oh, right. They look like one person right now, but they've actually got 3 heads under there. Don't tell anyone.
Ooh. But like some
Oh.
kind of Hydra?
Yeah, kind of. Actually.
Huh.
I think you guys said that your people were related to Hydras, right?
We did.
Yeah, there you go. Hit the nail on the head. Or heads. Anyway. And this over here is Tia.
Hello. Hello. They
She's
give,
helped us out a great deal.
well, I thank you for helping my daughter out in what sounds like some harrowing adventuring.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. And this is... Oh, did Chellaby come with us in humanoid form?
Given your comment about not wearing weapons, she would have.
Ah, and this is my good friend Chellaby.
Hi. And Torben will shake her hand as well. Oh, pleasure to meet you as well. Right. So, what kind of adventures have you been on?
Oh. God, I don't know if you would believe me.
We went to the Feywild.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not how
We
it
rescued
started.
a friend out of prison.
Prison.
Not
Evil
traditional-
prison.
Yeah, not like the law prison. More like tyrannical overlord's dungeon prison.
We were vampires.
Yeah.
Vampires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, the first thing that we had to do to put us all together was we slayed a dragon.
It was not
Dragons.
tasty.
Uh-huh.
Taste? What?
Uh-huh.
A bad dragon, obviously.
Well, yes. Yeah, definitely. No. He was
Right.
definitely eating people and terrorizing the countryside and then there's all this sealed god business.
Sealed God.
We're trying to kill my father.
Oh, don't put it like that.
That's getting ahead of us a little bit.
Listen, it's not as bad as it sounds, Dad.
Not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah, it
You
is.
You do realize what it sounds like, right?
I mean, hope I'm not overreaching here, Eve. But guessing that you're probably used to Amaranth getting into kinds of adventures too.
Eve watches Torben's reaction at this closely.
Roll an insight check.
I re-roll those.
21. It's... It... maybe a look of melancholy? Maybe the best way to describe the look on his face at that. But it's quickly overshadowed by Torband. Torband. Okay, I'm getting
Bund.
confused. I'm getting confused with an Overwatch character. Torband.
That's also a Magic the Gathering character.
And also, that was the same character that Troy played in
Yeah.
the arcade. Yeah.
Torband.
Mm-hmm. You got this.
Names. Well, I mean, I suppose that yes, your mother has gone on some fantastic adventures before she retired, but But I mean, this was your first one, and you're fighting dragons and fae and gods. I'm just worried, that's all.
Yeah, tell me about it. Believe me, I didn't expect any of this when I walked out the door the first time over here, either. Especially not the gods part. Like, I've met more gods in the past month than I
Gods
expected to meet in my whole
plural?
life. Anyway, so... so, the thing with the Veritas mentioned, just so we're clear here so you don't think we're raging murderers, goes back to the sealed god thing that we were dealing with, because Veritas's dad is not a nice kind of person. If anyone would know, you know lots and lots of things, Dad. What have you heard about Stillhavity? Read anything about him?
Havity. I'm afraid that doesn't sound terribly familiar. On your 21 insight,
Mm-hmm.
he's... Well, I mean, he's lying.
Oh. Eve's had this very, like, happy, carefree, relaxed expression on her face this whole time, and for the first time you all see it waver and turn into uncertainty. And, like, almost fear? Definitely a, like, suddenly questioning everything expression.
You hear in your head,
Are you alright?
What? Sorry. Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks. I didn't think Dad would be hiding anything from me. Shite.
you
Kinda
suspected.
Yeah.
I think there's a good reason.
Good reason. I was raised by both of them to believe that no knowledge should be forbidden, that the concept of forbidden knowledge was silly and arbitrary and greedy. Is that all a lie, I wonder?
You see her kind of shake herself out of this expression, and she tilts her head and is like,
Really, you haven't read anything about Stillhavity at all? You've researched so many things, and I just figured, we could really, really, really use any information that we can get, since we have been dealing with direct interference from him. Have crossed paths with him multiple times.
Looking back at your dad, you can tell that he caught your waiver.
mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So, nothing, Dad?
No, there's no books here or anything. Your mom is a bit more knowledgeable on some things.
Yeah, I'm
Me?
sure she is.
Are you okay?
Kind of laughs and goes to brush it off for a second, and then, like, her expression wavers again, and she's like,
Not really. I'll be fine, I'm sure. There are a lot of things that I need to know. And I'll find them out, one way or another.
Anyway, Eve will dig around in the bag of holding and come out with the 3 books that she had originally been reading, and hands them over to Corbin. Oh, thanks for letting me borrow these. They've been, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I haven't had overly much time for reading on the road lately. A lot of stuff been going on. But, hey, they made it back here in one piece.
Thank you. And yes, you seemingly have taken pretty good care of it, given the road you've traveled.
Yeah. Now I've got lots of stories for you to have. But that would take a long, long time. How's everything been at home? Everything's been normal? Anything weird lately?
No, it's just been business as usual for the past while.
Okay. That's good. Have you seen much of Mom lately?
Well, I mean, I see her, when she comes home from work.
Yeah, that's kind of a rare occurrence from last I knew. So I'll take that as a no.
She just likes to bury herself in her work.
He stares at his face. Yeah, she sure does.
I'm certain she'd love to see you. That you're back and have all these tales of adventure and such.
Yeah, I definitely need to see her as well, so that's next on our list. I just wanted to stop by and say hello to you first and come back to... Waves around. Oh, a place that feels like home.
Well, not just feels like it.
Oh, that's true. This place has been pretty much the same amount of home as our actual house, honestly.
That it is.
Hey, dwarves!
Yes?
Do you have a book on sentience? I'm looking into it.
Blinks a couple times. Sentience.
Yeah.
Wow, that was very forward, Veritas. Sentience. I have a bit of philosophy, and I do have a poem book that kind of touches on that. Interested in poetry?
Looks to Eve.
Eve gives a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, certainly. And Torbund will go over to a ladder, kind of straddling one of the bookshelves, wheel it over, climb up, and pick out a book. Has a bit of dust. Not many people come in for poetry, it seems. But comes over and brings it to you.
Yay! How much?
For helping my daughter and being such good friends, this one is on the house.
Yay!
Puts it in his chest.
Right before that happens, whispers over to you, Eve, could never get rid of it anyway.
Makes sense.
And is just the distraction needed to not see the poetry book go into Veritas.
I shall add a poetry book about sentience.
Right. So what's next for you, Eve?
Well, I need to talk to Mom. As I'm sure that you heard from Veritas's communications with you, there are a lot of worrying things on the horizon for Waterdeep that we really need to get information about to the leadership right away.
Right. Well, obviously, if you don't see her at home, she'll be at the school.
Right. Did she mention to you recently at all about getting a message from us about threats coming to Waterdeep?
Side note, that's the one that had multiple targets that Veritas could have sent to.
Your dad kind of looks a little unsettled by that. Threats to Waterdeep?
Oh.
Shite.
I'm afraid not, unless she just hasn't mentioned anything.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Okay, we need to talk to her ASAP. Shite.
Well, it's early morning. She almost certainly is at the school.
Right. That's where we're headed next then. In the meantime, Dad, it would take a long time to explain everything, but for now, just be really, really careful. If you see anything strange happening out there, just stay far away from it. There are some really, really dangerous figures at play who are likely in the city right now, if not on their way here. Bad stuff could happen. It's bad. Just do your best to keep an eye out and be safe. Alright? I'll be checking back in.
Okay. Well, I guess. This is a lot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, believe me, I know.
Alright, I'll keep an eye out, I guess.
Okay, good. Alright, we'd better run and report to Mom. But we're gonna be here for a little while, so I'll be checking back regularly. Alright?
Right.
I'll tell you the stories in increments as I keep checking back in. I think that would probably be the best way to divvy it up.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Please be careful.
Yeah. I'm trying.
He's
Gives him a
gonna.
hug.
Yeah, he's gonna give you a hug.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too, my little bookworm.
Okay. I'll see you soon. Guys, we're heading to the academy.
It was a
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, don't. Dad,
nice
can
meeting
you...
you, Mr. Harkin. And not usually a big book guy, but hope I can come back and browse around. He even said so many great things about the shop here.
Of course.
Best shop in the city. Hands down, no bias.
Oh, you give me too much praise.
All Or no, the pickle shop is giving you a run for your money right here.
Second best shop in the city.
I'll never understand your love for it, but I will support it.
Also, Dad, can you please back me up here and tell these people that we are not pirates?
What? No, of course we're not pirates.
Thank you. See? Not
Not pirates
everyone from
anymore,
Waterdeep is a
right?
pirate. Oh my god.
I'm just messing with you.
I mean, that would be just artful.
Oh god.
Gives you a
We're
smile.
going, Dad. I'll see you later.
Know it!
Oh no. Kind of gives a look at Torbind over her shoulder, like, you've done this to me.
He's given you as much of a smile as he can, but you can tell that he is troubled by the information you brought him.
Kind of gives a reassuring nod before we head out.
Nods back and goes back and continues work in his shop. And so you head off to the academy.
On the way, Eve is, like, talking to everyone, like,
Okay, so it's not good that apparently she didn't get the message, or at the very least didn't tell Dad about it. Who the hell knows if that's because she didn't get it, or just because she apparently loves hiding information from people who are close to her. I don't know anymore. Alright, well, definitely need to tell her what's going on as soon as possible. Like I said before, though, if you guys don't feel comfortable being there for that, it's up to you. I know you said you'd support me, and that's very sweet, but feel free to change your mind if you need to. Yeah. She really discourages us visiting her at the academy, because that's, an interruption, and she's really all about her work, supposedly.
But this is very important.
It sure
Very
is.
important.
Yeah.
I think we should all be here.
Okay.
You can promise not to pull any jokes or anything. Like, this is serious stuff.
Serious mode.
Yeah. I feel like some comic relief will be necessary at some point. This is gonna get rough. But we'll do our best. No problem. Just, don't... Guild Torchul Academy is a place of erudition, learning, and magic studies, and even when I've been allowed there to peruse the library and stuff, I've been told to keep my head down and not make a scene, so same goes to you guys, or we will get kicked out immediately.
Veritas, very serious.
Alright. Then let's pay a visit.
by the way, as we're walking through the Waterdeep streets, even in this state of concern and stress, Eve, like, takes the time to point out any interesting landmarks or, like, famous sites, like a tour guide, the whole way. Including the walking statues if they're around.
Well, you're going from the Trades Ward to... Which ward was the Academy in?
The Sea Ward, so it's on the other side of the city, pretty much.
The other side of the city. Well, you will probably be going through the market, so you can point that out. Point out the Great Drunkard. Great big statue that had... looks like it had fallen over backwards on top of a building that looks like it has been converted into a bar since then, called the Great Drunkard. You also see the Godcatcher statue, which is this great statue that is holding this huge globe in one hand while its torso is half sunken into the ground. And it looks like it's been converted into some kind of apartment complex.
Statue is an apartment? Or
They've built buildings and structures on top of the statue, and also seemingly have hollowed out some of the areas of the statue.
Okay.
But eventually you do reach the Sea Ward, where the Academy lies.
Before we do, Eve will mention the history of these statues since it may be relevant, since apparently their inns still have these plans. And we'll just be explaining to everyone, like, so you see these weird statues that are just hanging around in bizarre positions, like they're sprawled all over everything or in the middle of fighting things. Those have historically been used in the defense of Waterdeep by the great mages of the city, specifically the Blackstaff. Those have the ability to be animated and come to life and come to the defense of the city. But there was a time in the past when they kind of got affected by some crazy magic from the Spell Plague and the Sundering, and went haywire and wound up attacking the city instead, and had to be defeated and shut down, and the positions you see them in are the positions that they fell in when they were defeated. They're still here.
Oh.
And that would be a very, very dangerous thing to be animated by an enemy of the city. Because they left swaths of destruction in their wake the first time that they attacked the city.
So, are they...
Mhm.
Has the Blackstaff done something to ensure they won't start walking around again?
I mean, they're definitely deactivated now. Hell, some of them have been hollowed out and made into various establishments, but I don't really know much more about what's been done to keep them dormant. Now they've just kind of been turned into tourist attractions, honestly.
It's funny how that stuff works, where it was so dangerous and horrible. It's I guess where people go get ice cream now.
Yeah. Yeah, people have a bit of a morbid sense of humor sometimes, but that's Waterdeep for you. Very resilient place. Anything that doesn't kill us just becomes a part of the daily grind and something to chuckle about over beer.
Note to self. Make cool attraction from horrible past event.
I don't know if that's the best advice to take from this, but oh shite, look, I think we're about to get there.
I mean, we can, like, when we're running the mobile bakery again, we can set up in spots like that.
Bake pastries resembling the history of what went down.
Have like a baked pastry, like a cake that's in the shape of the half-destroyed Blackstaff Tower.
Oh. I like it.
What have we done?
We can make tens of millions of copper.
Oh my god.
Imagine.
Here we are, the El Tortul Academy.
Okay, so on our best behavior here.
Yes,
Looks-
please.
Looks up in admiration.
Up, serious face.
So you arrive. Eve, you are quite familiar with this academy.
And Eve will hurriedly lead everyone across the huge courtyard into the building. If anybody stops her for, like, who the hell are you? She'll just kind of wave at them, be like, I'm Ron's daughter, I'm friends. You know, the World
Yes.
Weaver, Professor Harkett.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check to see how unhaggled you are.
The ultimate. My dad
Fuck.
works for Nintendo.
Yep.
Unfortunately, you were stopped by someone you don't recognize. Looks like one of the newer security guards. Just like, I don't recognize you at all, ma'am.
Oh, I haven't been here in a year, so that would probably be why. Do you have any, like, senior security officers that can stop by and take a look and verify my identity?
Look, if you're not a student or staff, then it's probably best if you just wait outside. But, as he's saying this and trying to wave you off, you hear a woman's voice behind him. It's okay. She can come in. And you see Amaranth. Good morning, Eve.
Good morning. Knew we were coming, did ya?
I had a feeling that today would be an interesting day.
Yeah, you could say that. Anyway, good to see ya. We need to talk. Somewhere private, ideally. Sorry to bother you at work, but it's kind of an emergency.
It's okay. It's an off day for the students.
Oh, good. Oh, everybody, this is my mother, Amaranth Harkett, the World Weaver. And these are my dear friends, who are the only reason I'm alive right now.
As she looks at all your friends, she stops at Chellaby. Your friends, huh?
Eve takes half a step sideways closer to Chellaby, just meeting Amaranth's eyes with like a hard expression.
Absolutely, every one of them.
Do you know them? Truly?
That's an interesting question coming from you, Mother. Yes, I know them quite well. Better than I know many people.
Roll a persuasion check. Alright. Your friends can wait outside while we make our discussion.
My friends, Mother, have risked their lives every day. For the sake of mine, for the sake of my city. And they've been just as lost in a maelstrom of mystery and misinformation as I have. And have very important knowledge that we need to impart to you. So anything that we are going to discuss, I am perfectly comfortable with them being present for. Unless you'd rather not talk with us at all.
Very well, you've made your point clear. Follow me. And she will guide you down to her office. It's a honestly very typical and standard office. Really isn't any. You step into the office and all of you get this weird kind of disconnect feeling here. Like, this person's worked here for years and it's definitely their space, but you don't really see any personal items or anything like that. It's all very business. Right. So, you wish to speak with me?
Yes, very much so. So, is this private? There's no chance of anybody being able to hear what we're talking about. Even, waves a hand magically.
Yes, it is enchanted.
Oh, excellent. Alright. Mother, did you receive a message from Veritas the other day about some dangers that we were trying to warn you about?
I did not know.
Shite. Okay, well,
You tried to send a message to me.
Glances over at Veritas.
And Veritas, this is the person you envisioned, more or less, that Eve kind of projected into your mind.
Keeping more of the serious face going. Yes, I did send a message out. The strangest thing, though, was there was two versions of two different spots that I sensed. You or Amaranth? One close by and one very far away.
Veritas, roll me an insight, you two, Eve. With a 12 for you, Veritas, as you're speaking to her, you get this really odd feeling like she looks at you with a sense of familiarity. Like she's seen you before, but can't quite place it. And Eve, as Veritas says these words, you would recognize that that there's almost like a flash of anger that crosses her face. Like just the eyebrows kind of narrow a bit, but just for a moment. I'm certain that it's nothing to be as concerned about. After all, just a message of danger, nothing sensitive, I hope.
I don't think you're really getting the scale of what we're about to say, so I'm just gonna lead with, this is easily the most serious threat that Waterdeep has faced within the last several centuries.
That is
So-
a claim.
It sure
Considering.
is. Well, you'd probably know more about that than I would, but we have a few threats that we've been made aware of over the course of, well, the last month or so. It feels like much longer. So let's go through them one at a time. First, we ran into some quite terrifying figures when we were in Neverwinter, not long ago. Two beings who claimed to have escaped from a plane of dread, a domain of dread in the Shadowfell. Beings named Cass and I guess her sister Nyx. Apparently, they came from a different reality. Echoes.
They are echoes. And Eve watches Amaranth's face very closely as she says this.
I would say that for most of that she was kind of, there wasn't really anything to it. She was kind of, for lack of a better word, unimpressed. But she kind of raised an eyebrow at Echoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know about echoes, I'm sure. Beings from a different reality, a different version of this place that is not this place, and yet is at the same time. Yes?
I have heard of such theories, yes.
Theories. Yes. Well, these potential dreadlords claim to have devoured the soul of Laurel Silverhand in a different reality, and upon learning that she exists in this timeline, they decided that they would go and do it again. So they are likely here or on their way here, and going to attempt to be doing that once again. So at the very least, Laurel Silverhand needs to be notified of this threat.
Bold claims. You believe them?
She very nearly killed myself and my friend Virgil with a flick of her wrist. Almost no effort involved. She could see our souls. Yeah. Her presence. She gave off one of the strangest and most unsettling auras that I have ever felt. Yeah, I believe her. She also shared quite a bit of information with me that wound up being completely accurate and confirmed by later experiences, so there's that. So that's one thing to definitely inform our open Lord of Waterdeep about, so that we don't lose her in what might potentially be a terrible time of crisis to come. Bringing me to the next threat. I think you might have heard of this one, potentially. There is a being who was sealed away, who is making a return, known as Stillhavity. You know him, yes?
Yes, you had mentioned him the last time we spoke.
Yes, well, we have had run-ins with him personally on multiple occasions. He is planning on an assault on Waterdeep. Or at least he was the last time we encountered him. He hinted that, or rather he didn't hint, but I surmised that he might be intending to reanimate the walking statues. And seems to be after the black staff. Not the person, the artifact. As it seems to be one of the few things that can seal him back away from whence he came.
It's not why he wants it.
Well, really, why does he want it?
Because the black staff is the only key that can unlock his cage.
Eve's eyebrows go way up at this.
Really? Do you want to expand on that a little bit?
Still Hefty is in a cage in the far realm, and while there, can't really do much himself. Sure, he sends his, looks over at Chellaby, children, but without their daddy, there's not much they can do.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there before we go any further with this conversation, because you're being quite rude to my friends. And I don't appreciate that.
Do you
Sure.
know what your friends have done?
I know a lot more about my friends than I know about you, Mother. I know who created them. I know what their intended purpose was, maybe. I know what Stilhavity has tried to get them to do. And I know that at every turn, they have proven time and time again that they are committed to doing the right thing and protecting the people they care about, risking their own lives at every turn in the process.
And what about the lives they've already slain? You can see it on their faces.
Veritas? Holding back a lot, you know. Hearing this, kind of takes a few steps up. See it on our faces.
Well, yes. I wonder if you even remember their names. Even bothered to learn them. Would you like me to tell you what yours was? I happen to know the young elf.
Aegis.
Kind of looks at you with a puzzled look.
Yeah, how would I know something like that, huh? I know these people, Mother. I know their pasts. I know what they could have been in a different reality. You know why? Because I've seen a different reality. Sure, maybe they did some terrible things in the past before they found themselves, before they found other people who showed them what it means to be alive, to care for the people around you. But everybody has done deeds in their past that they are ashamed of. I'm no exception, you're no exception, I'm sure. Our past is not what defines us. It is what we choose for the lives that we are living and the goals that we follow. Not our family, not our past deeds. It is what we strive to do, what we dedicate ourselves to. That is who we are. And who these people are wonderful figures who are going to change the world for the better.
Eve. There's a very heartfelt, small, smile that kind of grows on Veritas, looking over at you.
Reaches out and grasps both Veritas and Shelby by the forearms and gives them a little squeeze before looking back at Amaranth.
So before you go around acting all high and mighty and like you have the moral high ground and you know these people and what they are, maybe consider who they have become. But you wouldn't know that, because you haven't been there. I guess you'll have to take it on faith, in my judgment and what I've seen. I know that's something that's difficult for you.
You say I wasn't there. That I didn't see what happened. That I didn't watch my world be destroyed. You've seen it too, haven't you?
I have.
Then why do you still defend them?
You really don't get it, do you? I understand that what you have seen has been horrible, traumatic, horrific. I've seen it. I guess the difference is that I've also seen what they've done to defy that future. What they've done after being away from the terrible influence that was their father. They are their own people. They decide who they are and what they do. He doesn't do that anymore. I would be dead many times over if not for these people. Both of them. Each one has saved our lives on multiple occasions, acting directly in defiance of their creator. If not for them, all hope for averting that terrible future and making that world different, all hope for that would be lost, if not for the two people in front of you.
Excuse me. You don't know me, but I've got to believe that somebody can realize that you made a mistake, no matter how big it's been. Decide to better. outside to put it right.
Mhm.
There's no way that I could make it the day if I didn't believe that. I have faith in them.
Roll a persuasion check, Eve.
Do I get advantage because of the help Bosch gave?
You get a straight roll because of the help that Bosch gave. She is stuck in her ways.
27.
But you are bringing up good points. Maybe they are exceptions then.
You've seen that reality. Is that reality where you're originally from? Because you're not from fucking Daggerdale.
You're
I don't
right.
have grandparents in Daggerdale.
Yes. That would be because my parents died in a world that was nearly lost. As for the question as to where I'm from, that's a bit complicated.
We've got time.
You...
Let me preface this with this. World Weaver. Over the past month, I have learned many things about myself, about you. I've learned that you've been reading me lies for my entire life. And I'm not going to tell you which truths I've learned about you. You've spent all those years teaching me that the concept of forbidden knowledge was ridiculous, was unfair. No knowledge should be forbidden. I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself from the horrible hypocrisy that you've displayed on that so far. I'm going to give you a chance to tell me as much as you're willing. And we'll see how that stacks up against what I've already learned. How's that sound?
Very well. You wish to know?
Always.
You're not my daughter.
Eve doesn't look surprised. Just grim.
Yeah, that makes sense considering how you've treated me. Go on, Amaranth, if that even is your name.
It is not.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm not even really Nyla. tell me, your studies in magic, have you learned anything more about illusion and such? Do you know what some of the most powerful illusion is?
Illusion that affects all of the senses, I suppose. Not just sight, but sound, smell, touch.
Even further than that. And she opens up a drawer and pulls out a knife. And cuts her hand open. You do not see blood. You see snow. Red, flecked snow. I am what is known as a simulacrum.
A simulacrum.
A simulacrum. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Oh.